Hello and welcome wherever you may be listening right around the world. It is grand final time in the Big V and we are set for Game 2, State Championship Men Grand Final. We are at the home of the Corio Bay Stingrays and they are taking on the McKinnon Cougars. It could be all done and dusted tonight. We're looking forward to what should be a fantastic game. Welcome to Falcons TV. Justin Nelson with you. Arnold Giffning sitting beside me. A touch of deja vu. We were sitting in these same seats this time 12 months ago. Similar situation. The home team Corio Bay were 1-0 up in a best-of-3 game series against Ringwood. Ringwood did the unthinkable. They won on this very night last year. They came back on the Sunday and won again to clinch the series and the title. Corio Bay, will it be fresh in their minds or will they get over that hurdle and go on and win a title? They've got to win tonight. Arnie, welcome.
Yeah, hi Justin, good evening to you. I think it's redemption time for Corio Bay tonight from last season. They'll remember that well and truly and they'll bounce back and get the championship done tonight. Well,
they come here with a 2-point win last week at McKinnon in a game that McKinnon at one stage led by 22. So it's not without any level of confidence that McKinnon know that they can put a margin on this team. The problem was last week they couldn't hold the margin.
Look, as far as I'm concerned, Corio Bay are deep. They've got depth off the bench where McKinnon struggles slightly with depth. Full credit to McKinnon's season. They've had a brilliant season from where they've come from. I think it's their second season in championship.
Yep.
So, well deserved to them. A great effort. But Corio Bay are seasoned campaigners now. They've been through that hardship of last season. We saw them last season in the final series and they're a quality unit.
And McKinnon aren't afraid of the big games. Let's not forget how they got here to the grand final series. They did it by coming from 16 points down with 6 minutes to go against Ringwood, the juggernaut that is the Ringwood Hawks.
Yeah.
And they beat them at Ringwood in the dying seconds to get to this grand final series. So whilst they're one down, they're certainly not afraid of big games.
No, they're not afraid of big games. Like I was saying about McKinnon, they got Carl Harrison. He's a phenomenal player. He's really stepped up for him the last 2 seasons. He was good in Div 1, but he's playing better in Championship.
Yep.
So with that sort of guy on their team, they're capable of anything. The last week's game against Ringwood, what did he shoot? 20 points in the last 6 minutes.
In the semi-final? Yeah, absolutely. Had 22 points in the last quarter, 20 minutes in the last... 20 points in the last 6 minutes to get them over the line. We can see some pictures here at the moment from Corio Bay. We're about 10 minutes away from tip-off. McKinnon at the far end of the court there, warming up. And in the foreground, of course, you've got the Stingrays who will be in the white uniforms tonight. Let's have a talk about some of the key players because there are some absolute rippers that we're going to see in action tonight. We'll start with the visitors. You've already mentioned him. Cale Harrison goes at 24 points a game. He does it at a 47% clip. So not only is he a volume shooter in terms of points, but he does it at a very good rate.
He does. He's a phenomenal player at this level. And obviously he's got the license, the green light to shoot whenever he wants to, and he's got range. If you're looking at players for McKinnon, obviously we've spoken about Cale Harrison. You got guys like Axel Dench has got a big job tonight to try and limit Marlo Hicks.
Well, Marlo Hicks absolutely torched McKinnon last week, 29 and 19. He had a night out and hit the winning basket on the buzzer. So there's no doubt that Axel Dench, probably for the McKinnon fans, has the biggest job of the night, Arnie.
Yeah, Axel, he's got a big job against Marlo. I think Marlo's the X factor for Corio going in tonight, no doubt, him and Reardon. And also another guy for Corio is young Casey Walker.
Just on McKinnon, Cale Harrison going at 24 points a game. Now, this is a big difference between the two teams. The next best for McKinnon is Alex Smith, who's the second import. He's a very, very good defender, mind you, probably the best defender in state champ men. He's going at 11.6 points a game. So 24 back to 11.
Yeah.
He shoots it at just under 57%.
Yeah.
When you look at Corio Bay, Casey Walker, 19.5 points a game at 40%. Jason Reardon, who's a star, 18.6 points a game at 39%.
And 40% from three-point range.
40% from three-point. Marlo Hicks, 15.9 points at 56%. So their top three scorers are all basically 16 points to 20 points.
Yep.
McKinnon, Cale Harrison's 24. The next best is 11.
Yeah, it's a lot to make up.
It's a big
lot
difference.
to make up.
What is interesting about Corio Bay is if you look at Casey Walker at 40%, Jason Reardon at 39, they are absolute volume shooters.
Yeah.
But if they miss, they keep going.
They keep going, yeah. They've got a shooter's mentality. And also another string to Jason Reardon's bow is he gives off 5.5 assists a game.
Yep.
So
just looking at the introductions at the moment, McKinnon, the visitors, must win tonight. If they don't win, their season's over, obviously. They are down 1, and they've got to get up tonight to force it into game 3. The Cougars being introduced to the crowd at the moment. Cale Harrison's just come out on court.
Possibly his last game for the Cougars.
Well, from what we're hearing, he won't be back next year. He's been in Australia for 3 years, so from what we're hearing, he won't be back in Australia. Big crowd, as we've mentioned. You'll see a bit of them over in the stands there, but there's just as many standing behind us from our commentary position. A lot of the juniors are out in colour, which is great to see.
Number 7, Casey Walker.
Casey Walker, the import, being welcomed
Number
onto
8,
the court.
Jason Reardon.
This guy's a star, isn't he, Jason Reardon? He's going to go very close to the MVP this season, I think.
Yeah, he's there doing all, man.
Dion Joe.
Michael Ribula, number 10.
Number 15,
Good young player.
Marlo Hicks.
Here comes Marlo Hicks, was a superstar last week. If he goes off tonight, McKinnon's in trouble, I think.
Yeah, you look the size of Marlo, he's a beast.
Now Jordan Latham about to come out. He's played a lot of minutes, hasn't he? He's been really big for them this year, Jordan Latham.
Yeah, he's been a big time player. I think the only deficiencies that Corio had in their offensive system is with Marlo Hicks and Latham is their free throw percentages are very low.
Yep.
So McKinnon might be able to find an avenue that way.
Let's head to the national anthem. We'll do the right thing. We'll take a standing position as well. Here's the national anthem as the two teams line up for game 2 of the grand final series.
Young and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gift of beauty rich and rare. In history's page let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains and let us sing advance Australia fair.
Thought that was you singing for a minute then, Arnie, out on court.
I've sounded worse.
What do you think? We're 5 minutes away from tip-off. Let's sit back and discuss how we think these two teams are going to go about it. We go back to round 1 this season at McKinnon. McKinnon 97, Corio Bay 100. The next time they met was in round 18, so they actually bookended the season. That was at Corio Bay 100, McKinnon 77. On that night, McKinnon started their bench. They couldn't move. It was the last game of the regular season. They couldn't move from their ladder position, and they sat their starters down.
Okay.
So don't take too much into that game, or too much from that game, I should say. Grand final, game 1 last week. Corio Bay on the buzzer defeated McKinnon 82-80. So if you take out that round 18 game, which I think is an anomaly, we're talking about a 3-point margin and a 2-point margin. There's not much in it.
You're only as good as your last game, mate. You know, it's going to be a close one, but as I said, Corio's experience will get him over the line tonight.
At any stage tonight,
I've been wrong before.
We've both been right. We were both wrong this time last year sitting here. At any stage tonight, will it come into mind for Corio Bay that they had a similar opportunity on a Saturday night 12 months ago?
I think the memories will come flooding back down the stretch in the last quarter, and if it's a tight game, say 2-3 points in it, the memory's going to come flooding back.
take yourself behind the
That's so the
scenes.
chicken wings could come out.
Maybe. Mark Leader's coaching Corio Bay this season, of course, so
Yeah.
they've had a change in coach.
So obviously they play a lot of 2-3 zone.
Well, they have played a lot of zone this season. It's funny you should say that. They came out of that zone a little bit last week against McKinnon. If you were coaching Corio Bay, would you have had a chat about last season at any stage during the week, or it's a different year, it's a different opportunity, it's a different mix, it's a different opposition? You just don't even bring it up.
Wouldn't even bring it up. Different personnel, different coach. Start from scratch and go for it.
Who wins tonight? By how much? And who's the star of the show?
Corio Bay to win tonight by 12 points. Star of the show, Marlo Hicks.
Well, he was the star last week, wasn't he? He was an absolute beauty last week with 29 and 19. Looking forward to a start here in just over 2 minutes. Crowd's good.
Great crowd. Corio do it really well. Really impressed with this. Same as last season, they do it really well. A lot of clubs should have a look at how these boys go about it.
And hats off to McKinnon too. They've ventured down the highway. They've got plenty of support here. There's plenty of maroon and gold. And you mentioned before about Corio Bay's second year in championship men. They didn't just fall into the grand final. They had to beat Ringwood at Ringwood to get here.
Yeah.
But what an amazing effort by this club.
By Corio?
Yeah, no, by McKinnon.
McKinnon, phenomenal effort from where they've come from. I know they were playing Div 1 against the team I used to coach at Warrandyte, and we had some really great battles, and they're coming to champs last season. Just baby steps. Bang, second season in champs, they found themselves in a final. That's phenomenal effort. And, when you look at their roster, it's nothing to be negative about, but they've got real good role players with a couple of stars in it, and they should be congratulated for everything they've done. They're a super progressive club. They must have a great back room at McKinnon because everyone's on the same bus.
Here's the final words from Mark Leader with Corio Bay. Let's listen in.
After that, make the extra pass, make them chase it, start out in our transition. And I want to see early a 5 because I want to see how they show on that on ball. We're going to do it for everybody, okay? Run on to get through the jump in, okay? I got Jordan directly behind you, ripping the basket, Jason in the case. Make that your target if you can get it. Guys, just make sure it starts with your feet. Get your feet moving, you're active talking, and back each other up. Here we go.
So, just to try and pick up a little bit of that, we probably need a little bit more volume in our headsets to fully get that, but definitely the talk about transition.
Yep.
They want to push the ball up the floor.
They want to see how McKinnon defend the on ball.
Yeah, talking about that, getting Jordan Latham, the big fella, involved early, and just seeing how they go about that. So, there's the starters for Corio. Hicks, Latham, Rebula. There's Reardon shaking the referee's hands, walking into the middle. And, of course, Casey Walker. It's a good unit.
It's a good unit. It's a
really good unit.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the starters for McKinnon coming out. Blake Galantley is starting here.
That's the first one I looked at, this young kid, Blake Galantley.
Now, he's been coming off the bench, so that is a real significant change here for McKinnon with Galantley starting.
I had a look at him in that game they played against Ringwood, and he's an up-and-comer. He looks good.
Harrison out there,
Fearless.
Axel Dench, Alex Smith, and, of course, Sam Eyre, the point guard. He's one to watch tonight too, Sam Eyre.
He can jump.
Here we go, ready to go, game 2 of the grand final series, and an easy win and take there for Corio Bay. They'll get things underway through Jason Reardon working the arc early. Ball knocked out of play by Galantley, who gets the start tonight. As we said, a significant change there for McKinnon, trying to shake things up with Galantley starting. Ball in, bad pass, really ordinary, picking it up. Alex Smith to the hoop for 2. And that gets McKinnon underway in game 2 of the grand finals series.
No communication there.
Very poor pass in from the sideline. Not a great start for the Stingrays. Terrific start for the visitors. Walker, long way out. Hits the front of the iron. Comes down to Alex Smith. And off to Eyre now. Dribbles the length of the floor. Searches. Oh, goes back underneath. Marla Hicks. Oh, off. Nice. To Smith. He's fouled. He'll go to the line for a couple. Good start for the Cougars.
Good start for the Cougars. They look a little bit more settled in the early minutes. Corio just a little bit off guard.
So Smith has been able to get to the rack twice. Put one away on that occasion. He was fouled. He's been a very good shooter this season. Smith goes at 57% from the field.
How many times did the ball get through hands in Corio the last offensive play?
It didn't.
One pass? Or
Yep.
two? That was it.
That was it. Misses the second. They're up by 3 early in this game. We've gone just 40 seconds. Here's Reardon using some screens high. Works his way into the paint.
Good
nice
inside.
little pass underneath. Very, very good. And Jordan Latham.
That's where their money's going to be, through Latham and Hicks inside.
Well, Reardon set it up.
Yep.
Just went exploring. Dragged the defence to where he wanted them to go. Here's Air at the other end. Nice little turnaround jumper off the right hand. And a good start here for the Cougars tonight. 5-2. Long in. Nice. Well done. Latham again. So he's had a couple of good looks now and put a couple away. There's Galatly in and out of trouble. Couldn't put it away. Rebound. Reardon. Transition. Long. Rebula. No. Misses.
Good follow-up.
But there's Latham. What a start for Jordan Latham.
Latham's moving up and down the court fairly quickly. It's good to see.
Got to be happy with that. Steal, yes. Comes up trumps. Well done, Rebula and Reardon. Reardon now with the ball. Looking to get to the arc. Forces it up high. Latham again. Don't tell me.
Here
Yes! Jordan Latham! Bang! What a start. All 8 points, and he is on fire. Arnie.
Another score by Corio, and you can hear that timeout coming.
Well,
He's getting itchy.
Who's matching up on Latham at the moment? He's put away 2 big slams, 8 points in total in just 2 minutes of play. Here's Air for 3.
That'll
Nice.
settle it down a bit.
They needed that. Again, long ball this time cut off by Smith.
Still got it.
Falls down to Rebula. To Reardon now on the run. Works inside the paint. Gets it off. Hicks doesn't look at the hoop. Wants to hand it off. Now puts it on the right hand dribble. Back to the left. Off the glass. Misses. Rebound. Rebula. Put back.
Yep.
10-8. Great start. First time we've seen Harrison with the ball. Now Air for another look. Hand down. Man down.
Yep.
He bangs another one from downtown. They retake the lead 11-10. Great start to this game by both teams.
Great
Inside,
pass.
Walker, Galatly, the 2 sevens going at it. You reckon Corio Bay might look at getting a hand up on Sam Air next time down?
You'd hope they would. Reardon's being a great distributor right now. He hasn't even looked at shooting it.
Well, he goes at 5.5 dimes a
Yeah.
game. Here's Walker to Hicks. Too far out for him. Rebula stretches for it. Reardon with Air. Mismatch. Comes off a couple of sets of feet. Falls down. Galatly picks it up off to Harrison.
Good block.
Fouled. He'll go to the line for a couple. Walker wears the foul. And I know we're only 3 minutes in, Arnie, but we've only seen Harrison with the ball in his hands twice. So Corio Bay definitely wary of the Canadian. Sam Ayres chipped in for some good points. Harrison misses his first one from the line.
After about the first 2 sets of plays Corio played, they showed a little bit more poise and moved the ball around, got it through hands. McKinnon are rushing it a little bit right now.
Hits the second, 12-10. Rebula out to Reardon, step
First
back
shot.
jumper off the front of the ring. Falls down to Smith. Off now quickly to Air. Air on the move. Oh, has it stripped by Reardon. Nice little take there. He's an experienced campaigner. Oh, long way, Reardon! Wow. I'll tell you what, if there's one thing that no opponent wants to see, it's Jason Reardon banging one home from that deep so early in the game, Arnie.
No, beautiful stroke in that shot.
Dench puts it to the floor once, off for Air, uses Smith, gets to the hoop, up and in.
Too easy.
Great opener for Sam Air in this first quarter. He's lighting it up.
Just floated by 2 defenders.
Cougars up 14-13. Walker. Oh,
Giving him a
Rebula
shot.
looking and misses.
You can see why.
Smith, rebound, Air. He's been dynamite. Oh, again,
Too
finds
easy.
a way in, looking to hand off. Steps back, goes to the corner. Galatly for three, misses. Reardon take again. Now he'll look up quickly here, nothing on. Stays on the dribble. Rebueller, Reardon. Has air with him. Oh, well done, Sam Air. Got a hand on it, forced the shot, but a good shot, Reardon. He's had a wonderful
He's got his touch
start.
now.
Well, if Air keeps going to Reardon, Reardon's going to like that. Galatly. Dench. Wants Harrison. Harrison runs around him. Back out to Smith. Now they go to Harrison. Out on the wing. Forces his way in the paint. Great block. Latham, they're off. Reardon. Ball to the floor. Looks up. Decides to slow it down. Oh, he goes from a long way again. Misses this time. That was a little bit opportunistic, I think. How's the start for Jordan Latham tonight, Arnie? How have you seen it?
Yeah, he's a good mover. He's crashing the glass both ends, and he's very confident. He looks a really good athlete. What Corio Bay defensively got to tighten up. They keep giving up baseline all the time.
Neil Mueller's just come in for Galatly. There's Dench. Air uses Smith. One way, then the other on dual foul. Two hands on, and really in the end, it wasn't a great foul to give away. Sam Air is causing the Stingrays a few troubles, Arnie.
Sure is. He's fleet of foot. He's got good handles, and he has a nose for the get to the rack. Corio should be looking at a good matchup for him. I don't know if they've got someone to match up on him.
Puts the first away from the line. We'll get some live stats up soon and have a look at his production thus far. He's been very good. Levels it up. Takes the lead. Interestingly, Corio's got 3 fouls at the moment as well. McKinnon yet to register a black mark. Here's Reardon. All too easy to get inside. He loves that stuff, Jason Reardon.
Takes him to 7.
7 in the game. Latham has 8. Sam Air. He's already up to 10. Here he is again in the paint. Off the glass. Misses. Smith with the putback. Misses. Latham rebound away. Jewell looks up. Goes long to Marlowe. Just couldn't control it. Haven't seen a lot of Marlowe so far in this game, but really they haven't needed to get the ball to him. Jordan Latham's been the one that's been doing the heavy work.
And McKinnon do have to keep an eye on Jewell. He can shoot the 3. I think he's going around 39%.
Walker's with Air at the moment. Harrison, nice fake. Yep. Dench for 3. Yes! The old fella. Big Axel Dench. Nice long look. They're up by 2. Other end.
Walker.
Whatever you can do, Axel. Casey Walker says, coming straight back at you. I'll tell you what, we've seen some good long range. Yep, seen some good long range shooting and some poor defense just the same. Corio Bay up by 1. Here's Mueller. Air has a big hand in. Oh, no, backing off now. He'll have a look. Goes down to the corner. Dench inside to Smith. Couldn't take a handle on it. Jewell back the other way. Look out for Walker. Jewell goes alone. Jewell puts it home. 22-19. Great first quarter action here in Game 2 of the Grand Final Series. BigV Championship men. Dench, great pass inside. Mueller offers Smith. Knocked away by Hicks.
Really, I'll be getting a kid like Watina out on the court for Corio to match up on Sam Hare.
Well, the Stingrays call a timeout. They lead by 3. 7 minutes into this game, 22-19. We're going to go and have a listen and see what Mark Leader has to say to the Stingrays. It's been a very, very lively start by both teams. Let's listen in. Here's the Stingrays.
Pressure on the ball, forcing everything out, and everybody else matched up knowing where the shooters are. So stay down on the up fakes, stay in front of him, and the thing is with Air, he's not going to hit the shots all day long. You're just gonna, if he's taking those shots, he's taking shots away to other people. So just try to do your best. Sag off on that high on ball. Really fill back. If they throw it back to him for that shot, I'm happy with that, all right? Great job. Coming down off offense this time. Go ahead and let her push for Jace, all right? Set a good swing. 1, 2, 3, right!
So they're definitely wanting to push the ball up for Jason.
Yeah.
Obviously to him or from him. But the other thing there, that they were talking about, Arnie, was sagging off that high screen that McKinnon set, which usually is Alex Smith.
Yeah.
So they don't see Alex Smith as a threat from that elbow, so they're happy to sag right off him.
Yeah, and he also mentioned defensively stay down on that baseline, which we mentioned earlier.
It's happened a few times, hasn't it? Harrison into Dench, knocked out of his hands by Hicks. That was very good. They're away now. He's got Walker on the run. Pass went behind him. Walker bullocks his way in off the glass and puts it home. 24-19 and some danger signs at the moment. Let's see what Sam Eyre can do. He's had a very productive first quarter.
In the 2-3.
Eyre, 10 points in the game so far. Oh, nice little pass. Well done. Dench down to Smith. That's too easy. Running for Reardon now to Walker off the glass. Misses. Eyre comes up with it. Back the other way. Just as quick. He's got Smith with him. Floats it up for him. Smith off the glass. That was a great take, Alex Smith.
Yeah, great take, but no vision by Marlo Hicks.
Alex Smith was on the way down when he took that ball. Terrific play. And both teams running on each other right now. Here's Reardon. Floats it in, knocked away, looking for Hicks. Loose ball, it's going to come down to Mueller. Mueller should get to the basket, and he does. So McKinnon answered the challenge. They're down by one. It's 25-24. In fact, they're up by one, I should say. So the timeouts worked in their favour. Mark Leader called the timeout. Walker for three, misses. Here's Sam Eyre. Great start. Back to Dench, out wide. Eyre has a look. Hicks with him. Goes into Smith. Knocked out of his hands. It'll be a McKinnon ball. And still, with this start, Harrison has 1 point. So the job that Corio Bay is doing on Harrison has been excellent.
Yeah, well, Corio playing a 2-3 zone. They're stuck in it. And McKinnon are finding holes in that 2-3 zone for sure. Also, McKinnon need to tighten up on their defensive transition. Corio are getting that loose ball up the court flying quite often.
Jared Werteen is on the floor now. So too is Benji Tamir.
Yep.
Harrison goes long out to Eyre. Up by one. Here's Harrison now. Floats and makes.
Got good touch, hasn't he?
Got great touch. I'll tell you what, that timeout that Mark Leader called, it's been all McKinnon since then.
Yeah.
Reardon, long way out, loves it, drains it, and lets everyone know about it. The Swiss Army knife himself, he can do it all. Levels it up. What a great start for Reardon tonight. He's up to 10 points in this opening quarter. Has looked dynamite. Here's Tamir out on the wing. Goes down low to Smith. Smith, dangerous pass to Eyre. Over the top of Werteen. Misses. Rebound. Well done. Good take getting after it. Jack Bynes. Now to Eyre. Back out to Bynes on the dribble. For Eyre. Switches play out to Harrison. Looks. Could have gone over the top of Werteen. He did well there, the little guard. Nice little flow to Benji Tamir. In again, long pass up the floor. Here's Rebueller back the other way, stepping inside. Makes it. What a great opening to this game, Arnie.
Yeah, it's high scoring, 29 all.
Inside the last 30 seconds.
Both defenses have got to step up.
Harrison, 3 points in the opening quarter. Smith alone at the foul line. Puts the ball on the floor. Juggling. Gets it out wide. Here comes Eyre through the paint again. Dishes out. Harrison for three. Misses. Rebound. Last chance. 5 seconds to go. Inside the last three. Jewell looking to do it on his own. And just comes up short. 29-29 opening quarter. What a great start to game two of the BigV State Championship Men's Grand Final Series. Both teams headed to the sidelines, and I think both teams would be reasonably happy with the way they've started, Arnie.
Yeah, they would be. I'd say, it's a great thing for the spectators right now, 29-29. It's fairly free-flowing, but both defenses need to pick it up. From a coaching point of view, I don't think either coach would be happy with the defense that their teams are providing.
Let's have a listen to Matt Brooks, who's talking to his Cougars.
Trail entries onto the second side. Right, so we're sweeping through. Cougar, we're getting the one man, we're cut through. So just get that action. The only thing I'm going to speak about is D-Trans.
Hey, I'll take they're leaking out. They're leaking out every time.
Do you want Reardon or do you want me or Reardon? Who do you want Reardon?
You stick with Reardon.
Alright, so you two play those little point guards.
Right, you two have got Werteen.
They might have taken Rebueller.
Right, you got Rebueller to find him earlier.
I know, I'm just confused on him.
Fight them, look after Reardon. That's your job. shot goes up, no matter whose it is, 2s and 3s, you'll sprint back. Right? Because they're strong on that one. If we get there, there's some turnovers for them. Right? They're resorting to running with 7 players. So if they want to run, let's kill their poison and get back and pick those ones off and then turn around and ram it back down their throat.
Just close to the
Sam's up the floor fighting Reardon.
So what's really interesting there, listening to Matt Brooks, the coach of McKinnon, he's talking about D-Trans to start off with. They've got to stop that run, which is obviously something that the Corio Bay is working on, letting Reardon or getting Reardon to push the ball up the floor early. But the other thing is a really strong discussion there around Sam Eyre sticking to his job, picking up Jason Reardon. It is a set plan for McKinnon tonight, obviously, that Sam Eyre will take Reardon defensively. Now, Reardon has started the game with 10 points, 3 steals, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, 2 triples.
Yeah.
Doesn't get much better than that.
No,
However, Sam Eyre at the other end has 2 triples and 12 points, 2 assists. They are the 2 most dominant players on the floor right now. And interestingly, especially when the ball is with Corio Bay, Sam Eyre is matching up on Reardon.
Yeah. See how this quarter pans out.
Here's Smith in the corner, not a good shot.
Loose.
He get it back though and
That's where he's
misses.
good.
Gets it back a third time, puts it away.
That's where he does his best work.
So Smith has 9 points in the game so far. He's been very good. As we mentioned, Cale Harrison just 3 points in the first quarter. Averages 24 a game. Dion Jewell, that's far too easy, Arnie.
How many guys did he go past?
Far too
Amazing.
easy.
Amazing.
Matt Brooks wouldn't be happy with that. Here's Smith. Works to the foul line, out to Eyre for 3. Oh, just off the back of the iron.
Yep.
We're teeing up quickly. 31 apiece. Start of the second. Jewell waiting patiently. Rebueller looks inside. Goes inside. Doesn't
Good
score. Rebound. Big Marlowe in. So Marlowe Hicks. First points of the game. It's taken just over 11 minutes. Benji Tamir, not sure what he was looking for there. Missed it all. Rebueller back the other way.
Wait for the troops.
Here's Jewell, long way out. Early shot, just rims out. Not sure that was their best opportunity on that occasion. Sam Eyre, great pass underneath. Tamir, foul. No, Reardon comes down with it. It's a juggle over the line, and Reardon's going to cough it up. Gee, I'd like to see that again. I reckon Sam Eyre may have been laying across the line on that occasion. How did you see that one, Arnie?
Yeah, I thought it was off his leg, wasn't it? Straight away.
That'll be an interesting one for them to watch in the days and weeks ahead.
Corio Bay up and
You know
down
what? If
offensively.
Corio Bay wins tonight, I don't think they'll be looking at that once. They won't care. Here's Harrison to bring it in. The home team out by 2. Galatly back in the game.
Nice.
Dribble, picks it up.
Be nice to see some hands up.
Harrison trying to get into the game. Galatly deep in the
Gave it to
corner.
him.
Bad shot. Knocked out of court by Jack Bynes.
At
And the
times,
Stingrays
Corio
come up
Bay have
with it.
showed poise and got it through hands, and then sometimes they just come up in trans, just pull up and shoot it.
Well, their last 2 shots,
yeah.
last 3 shots, Tamir,
That's as good as
Smith.
a turnover.
Galatly, they haven't been the best looks, have they? I'll tell you what, that's
Too
a
easy.
great move by Marlowe Hicks. Certainly schooling a few people on that occasion. And he started this second quarter with 4 points of his own, Arnie.
Yep, he's doing a good job. McKinnon is struggling defensively in the paint.
Now there's a call off the ball here.
The referee has picked a foul. There is no score.
Who's that gone against?
That's his
Rebueller's picked that up, so maybe a little bit of holding on
First foul.
off the ball. 35-31. Stingrays lead it. No lack of points. Galatly out to Eyre. Eyre works his
Good
way.
pass.
Oh, great ball.
Yep.
Well done to Big Denchi. Looks like he's hobbling a bit back down the floor, Big Axel.
That's normal.
He's played a few years, hasn't
Yeah.
he? Here's Hicks.
It's a normal look.
Rebueller looks to step back outside. Reardon. No. Denchi, rebound off. Eyre looks up quickly. Wants to hit the paint. Does hit the paint. Floats it up. Misses.
Foul.
Good rebound. Mueller
Oh.
off the glass. No, doesn't drop.
Thought that would have been a foul on Latham then.
They're on the go again. Reardon Oh, no foul. No. Ball inside. Latham, he's fouled. He'll go to the line for a couple. So really good start to this second quarter by the Stingrays. And you just get the feeling right now, Arnie, that McKinnon needs to dig in here. They just need to dig in and try and get some momentum back.
They do, and it's going to start at the defensive end of the floor for them. I think they've got to really tighten up between the foul line and the basket. Corio guys just putting one step on them, one crossover and getting through, passing 2-3 people at a time.
Well, if you look at that basket that Dion Jewell hit, it's probably a good example of what you're talking about. Latham hits the first. He's got 9 points in the game.
Harrison's still very quiet.
Misses the second.
Yeah.
He's
Harrison just 3 points in the game. He's only put up 3 shots so far. Here's Dench. Harrison being guarded by Reardon.
That middle is open every time.
Foul on Casey Walker.
Corio leave a big hole in their 2-3 zone right in the middle of the paint, and McKinnon can get it in there anytime they want.
They need to try and get Harrison into the game. He's just not getting the ball against this zone at the moment. He's stuck down in the corner as we speak. Dench. Galatly, big step to the basket, fouled by Latham. He'll go to the line for a couple. What do you do? Corio Bay's in this zone. Harrison's not getting the ball. What do you do?
Look, I'd keep going inside in the paint.
Is it worth getting Harrison out of that corner, maybe above the foul line?
What I'd do is I'd put Harrison as an inside player offensively.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Get him to that foul line.
Yep, get him there.
Try and draw the guards out high, flick it in under or over, get it to Harrison's hands where he can turn and maybe have a look, maybe an up fake, maybe one dribble, get to the basket.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that what you're talking about? First one down. Sounds like Galatly's got a few people in the stands up and about at the moment. They're only down by one, the Cougars.
Yeah, they're not playing great, but they're only down by one.
Here's Watine. Pushes it into Reardon. Great ball to Hicks. Gee, I tell you what, Jason Reardon, he's already got 3 steals, 3 assists, 10 points, couple of triples. Galatly again, he's finding a way to the hoop, Galatly, at the moment.
Kid's good.
He's been terrific, hasn't he? Got a start tonight. And
Cougars have found someone there.
He's definitely got them up and about at the moment. Here's Watine. Latham. Walker. Basket. No. Off, away. Harrison on the run now. Good take. Gets it off. Nice little pass. And there he is again. Galatly. I'm just not sure whether Corio Bay would have done much scouting on Blake Galatly.
No, I don't think anybody has.
And at the moment, he's keeping them charged up.
Flat.
Harrison, rebound, getting his hands on the ball.
Semi-air.
Air. Again, dribbles that baseline. Mueller back out.
That's lazy defense from Hicks.
Misses everything. Get a couple of changes for the Cougars coming up. Smith comes back in. Neil Mueller comes in. Galatly grabbing a seat. And he gave them real energy, didn't he, in the last few minutes?
Yeah, he's an impressive young kid. He's a lot bigger in real life than what I saw of him on YouTube. He's got a good build. He's strong. And McKinnon have found a good young Australian.
Got him listed as a 195 centimetre forward.
Yeah.
They're up by 1, McKinnon. 5 to go in the first half. Nothing in it. Separated by just 2 points last week. Here's Latham. In, out. Rebound Smith. Air wants to run. Pushes it up now. Works his way through the paint and off the glass, misses. Latham. Reardon. The only... Oh, long way out. Jason Reardon! Yo! Great work, Jason Reardon. The pigskin kicker. Played footy and basketball one year. He's just focusing on his basketball this season. And with shots like that, why wouldn't he? He's up to 13 in the game. And he's drained 3 from downtown. He just doesn't care how far out he is, does he?
No conscience.
Smith underneath. Oh, misses
Easy
what he
miss.
should have made. A second one he should have made. Luckily, he's got Dench there to help him out. Here's Walker, back the other way. Long three, misses.
Pressure shot.
It's a foul. And I'll tell you what,
Not
that's
good
gone
offense.
against Neil Mueller.
Yeah.
And I don't really agree with that call. I reckon that was pretty good boxing out from where I was sitting.
Yeah.
Referee's saying he was holding him out, but gee, when you're boxing out, you're boxing out. He
boxing
didn't
out.
have hold of his singlet, not from
No.
where I'm sitting.
And it was a bad offensive set by Corio. They settled for that one pass shot again.
41 apiece. Here's Reardon. I'll tell you what, don't back off him. Do not back off him. Denchi knows that. He's right up and going at him. Nice little jumper and a miss from Latham.
Latham's gone
Dench
off
had it
tap
and lost
lately.
it. Crowd like that one. Big Axel.
Stingrays will have another bite at the cherry down there.
Great to see him come out of retirement and play
Fantastic.
this season.
He looks a lot fitter.
Walker, long way out, misses. Smith after it. May have come off Smith last, it did.
Still six in the Stingrays.
And Corio Bay
Max Cody's on the court for McKinnon.
hold possession. Max Cody, number 5 there, was a gun at youth league level last season. Absolute star. Here's Reardon. Oh, has another long look and just misses.
Drops the shot, but it didn't drop this time.
He's got his eye in at the moment. Here's Cody giving Sam Eyre a rest. Off to Dench. Dench needs some movement. Harrison still stuck in that
still
corner.
stuck in the corner.
Here's Smith.
There's no movement at all.
Now Cody,
Cody.
jumper, misses. Rebound, Dench, no one with him. Oh, big fella. Has it knocked away by Jewell. Walker on the run. Walker on the run. Walker on the run. All the way to the glass.
Timeout.
Casey Walker puts it home. There's the replay. Nice work. And that forces a timeout from the Cougars. They lead by 2, Corio Bay, 43-41. Let's head down and hear what Mark Leader has to say. He'll be very, very happy with Casey Walker's basket heading into this timeout.
Just a reminder at halftime. Pop over
Here's the
to
Stingrays. Here's Mark Leader.
Defensively, we just got to keep working. We got to keep talking. Now, one time only, we're in 3, then we're back to 2. So in the 3, I've got him in for you, Jordan. So you and Mulder are at the back. You're in the middle at the top, all right? Got to cover shooters. Got to talk up shooters. And we need all of you guys to really crash in on the boards. No spectators on the boards, okay? Here we go. Come on.
That's what, like Mark Leader, Coach Leader just pointed out, we need all you guys crashing the boards. That's what Corio came out in the first quarter doing. There were at least minimum 3 guys crashing the glass, and they've just gone off that little game plan.
Well, they're not getting out of this zone anytime soon, Arnie.
Yeah, no.
Cale Harrison is being wasted in the corner.
Definitely.
We spoke about it a short time ago. I reckon Alex Smith, put him down in the corner, try and get him working in underneath that baseline zone.
Yeah.
Because he's really good around the basket.
Yeah.
Let's get Harrison above that foul line, just inside the paint. Let's try and work it into his hands, because down in the corner, he's just being wasted at the moment. We're not seeing enough of the Canadian champ.
Well, we're not getting any love right now. Harrison's still in the corner.
We need the ball in his hands, and again, he's just not in the action.
I think he looks quite frustrated just standing out there and he's lonesome.
3 points in the game, Cale Harrison. We're 3 minutes away from half time. Ball into Dench. Now Harrison comes up through the middle. Again, it won't come to him. There's Smith to Dench on the floor. Back cut.
There he is.
Forcing it out. Harrison for 3. He needs to get going. He won't get going with that. Off hands, Reardon. Here he goes. The star Stingray looking for a way in. Floats it up to Hicks. Misses. Cody back the other way quickly. Through the paint. Off the glass. Just misses. Up after it. Harrison gets it back. And fouled and drops it. That's what we want to see from Cale. If he gets going, the Cougars are in business. I'll tell you one thing. I think Corio Bay need to have a chat about at halftime as well. Sam Eyre and now Max Cody, they're not afraid to dribble in
They
through
can
the
get in
paint.
whenever they want to.
And when they do, that dribble penetration is hurting
Yeah.
Corio Bay.
Yeah. It's a
Harrison
very loose
misses the
2-3
bonus.
zone.
Yeah, it is. And the little point guards are slicing it at the moment. 43 apiece. Terrific game. Reardon, Hicks. Certainly got Axel Dench off the floor. And then the foul, I think, came from Mueller. Yep, there it is there.
And a foul on 12, Neil Mueller.
And it'll be Hicks to the line for a couple.
That's his second.
13.
They've jumped a little bit at times tonight, the Cougars, haven't they? Just on those up fakes. Looks like Benji Tamir to come back in for Mueller.
I haven't seen them stay down on one up fake.
Amazingly, for all we're talking about, the little tweaks that Corio's got to make, the little tweaks that McKinnon's got to make, it's 43
It's all
each.
tied up.
43
It's amazing,
each.
isn't it?
Great game of basketball.
I think Corio are playing slightly better at the present moment, so there's a little bit. McKinnon can step up. They've got the ability to step up because right now they're out of sync, especially with Harrison stuck in that corner.
Coming to you on Falcons TV, Justin Nelson and Arnold gifting. Hicks misses both again quickly up the floor. Smith, Dench. Harrison now on the handoff, looked inside, switches play out wide. Tamir, Smith, up high. Cody looking, searching. Tamir again, nowhere to go against this zone, gets it to Dench, turns inside Harrison. Was there a foul? No, Smith gets it back, puts it back. He's been very good, athletic around the hoop tonight. The Stingrays certainly need to stop Alex Smith on those O boards. Oh, Walker goes alone, misses. Harrison rebounds straight to the floor, gets a move on to Cody. Cody in, searching through the paint, back out to Dench. Early look, long look, misses. Jewel settles things down.
Both teams looking to settle.
Crowd just doesn't know which way this is going to go tonight. Couple of points in it. Long shot, fade away, Reardon misses, back of the iron, falls to Rebueller, kicks it back out to Jewel.
They're trying to get it inside if possible. Here we go.
Now he goes long, Jewel, and he hits it. That's a fantastic shot. Clock shot ticking down. Dion Jewel comes up trumps.
He's the sort of guy who lives or dies by it.
What a dagger. Tamir dribbles around a couple, pull-up jumper, misses. Hicks, rebound, Reardon looks up quickly. Now goes up to the wing.
Good
Walker
pass
down to the corner. Jewel again.
That's
Yes, baby! Wow. Timeout called by McKinnon.
That's your 39% from three-point range for Jewel.
Jewel goes bang, bang, and with that, Corio Bay go from 2 down to 4 up, and that stuff kills you.
It does, but did you see that second three from Jewel was set up so beautifully compared to the first one? The first one was a bit of a, prayer and hope. Second one got through hands, got him naked in the corner, bang, plenty of time.
There's Matty Brooks.
Right, you're going to sprint back. Even if you're shooting, the moment you land, it's going to be 2 feet and a half big. Early pick up. Alright, we're going to run a hook here. Man or zone, doesn't matter. Alright, sweetness on you on this. Which side do you prefer?
Wait, am I on the hook?
Yeah. No, you're the shooter.
Oh, yeah, go here.
Alright, we're going to hook tail.
So setting up an offense there. Obviously, Kale's going to be a part of it. I love how Matty Brooks there says man or zone.
Yeah.
He's just suffered 19 and a half minutes of zone, yet he's thinking he may cop a man here for the last piece.
Well, knowing Mark Leader, every team he's coached played 2-3 zone for predominantly 40 minutes.
That last three-pointer for Corio Bay, Casey Walker was wide open, yet he was smart enough to push the ball into the corner to Jewel, who had just hit a three last time down. Really good team play. Very, very good.
Yeah, get it to the hot hand.
They're going to put pressure on the ball, Corio Bay through Watine, but the rest of it looks pretty zone-like to me. Here's Harrison.
2-3.
Out. Chambers, who's come onto the floor for that three, misses. 20 seconds to go. Chambers with his first time on the floor. Obviously the set play to get it to him in the corner, the lefty. Down by 4. McKinnon, can they defend? Knock it out of court. 8 seconds to go in this first half. Stingers by 4.
Just a little double on Reardon then.
You'd want to be right on Jewell when he steps in off this pass as well. He's just drained at 2 threes. Ball into Hicks. Reardon steps off him. Uses the screen. Has Smith with him down into the corner. Latham long and off the glass. It's a miss for Marlo Hicks. But what a great first half, I should say. Corio Bay added 20 in that second quarter. McKinnon added 16. At half-time, it's Corio Bay 49, leading McKinnon 45. Let's have a look at the leading scorers in the game. For Corio Bay, Jason Reardon with 13 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, 3 triples. Jordan Latham has 9 points and 7 rebounds. Casey Walker has 7 points. Dion Jewell with those 2 big threes to finish the first half
10.
Has 10 points in the game. For McKinnon, Sam Eyre, 12 points, all came in the first quarter. Alex Smith, 11 points, 9 rebounds, has 4 O-Rebs as well.
Yeah.
Axel Dench with 7 points, 7 rebounds. Cale Harrison with just 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. There is no question whatsoever that he is hurting badly tonight, stuck down in the corner against that zone.
Yeah, it's going to come back to Coach Matty Brooks and what kind of offensive sets he's got against Corio's 2-3 zone. He has got to get Cale Harrison involved in their offensive sets against this zone. Otherwise, I can see Corio going away with this game.
So we talked about it during the first half. At the moment, McKinnon's using Alex Smith elbow to elbow round the foul line, try and draw the guards out, open that zone up a bit. They're getting it into him. Now, he's had 11 points and 9 rebounds, so he's doing well.
Doing well.
However, I reckon maybe Harrison in that position could go right off.
He could. Yeah.
He goes at 24 points a game, Arnie, and he's the number 1 scorer in the league.
Yeah.
They've got to get it into his hands. He's only put up 6 shots. They don't need Alex Smith taking 25 shots tonight. They need Cale Harrison taking 25.
No, exactly. They need Alex Smith just getting the rebounds, get Cale Harrison in the scoring range.
So half-time, Game 2, Grand Final Series, 2015 BigV State Championship men. It's Corio Bay leading McKinnon 49-45. If Corio Bay win tonight, they raise the banner. They take the title. If McKinnon win tonight, we're back for Game 3 tomorrow. Half-time, the Stingers lead it by 4. Back shortly. Welcome back to Corio Bay, the scene of Game 2 of the 2015 State Championship Men's BigV Grand Final Series. Corio Bay heading back to their home patch, the Chook Shed tonight, 1 up. And at the moment, if the final buzzer was to go right now, they would take the title. They lead 49-45 at the main break. We're not far away from a restart in this game. And well, some interesting discussions taking place at half-time, just out and about with the crowd, having a listen to their thoughts. And there's certainly a feeling down here that Corio Bay are on the precipice of just exploding and ripping this game apart. Justin Nelson and Arnold Giffning with you. Thanks for joining us. We'll just get the bottle of water out of the way. I can assure you it's water in there too, by the way, Arnie.
Not vodka.
Interesting first half. Defense certainly wasn't a talking point.
No.
It was a very offensive game, especially the first quarter. The first quarter was terrific, 29 apiece. It did tighten up in the second quarter.
Yep.
McKinnon has to find a way to get Cale Harrison into the game. At the moment, Corio Bay playing that 2-3 zone. Everyone knows what they're going to do. They're doing it again. And at the moment, Harrison just can't get his hands on the ball. He's only put up 6 shots for the game so far.
Yeah, that's right. They're in trouble without Kyle in some sort of form out in the court. Just a couple of interesting things I noticed is Corio played 7 players for the half. McKinnon have played 11.
And chances are with Corio, they may play 7 for the game.
Yeah, they know their roles at Corio. McKinnon, 4 points off the bench. Corio, 10 points off the bench.
So here we are, start of the second half. The Stingers lead it by 4 as Hicks goes to the hoop. Geez, that's strong. That's a strong start by Marlo Hicks. 6-point margin, and if you're a Corio Bay fan, you couldn't have hoped for a better start, especially from Hicks. That was strong. Pure strength from the big fella. Speaking of big fellas, Dench. Smith, shot clock down. Air. Finds a way into the paint, out. Harrison for 3, misses. Rebound, Smith, another offensive rebound to the import. Galatly inside, fouled. He had 6 points in the first half, Galatly.
Yeah.
Here's the replay. Just really does well to turn the corner. And he'll go to the line for a couple. Hicks with 6 points in the game now.
My apologies. Fouls on 24, Latham. That's his second.
Galatly misses the first, makes the second. Well, we can see first time down, they worked it to Harrison in that corner. I'd just like to see him closer to the basket at the moment, Arnie.
Yeah, definitely.
Get his eye in. Here's Walker. Speaking of turning the corner, does well. Handoff. Reardon loves the little floaters.
Little weave offense.
Misses. Harrison back the other way. This is what we want to see. And hard off the glass. Loose ball falls down to Air.
Harrison back in the corner.
Here's Sam Air.
Little back
Harrison underneath, though. That was a good run, and he misses that one. So he's not having a good night, but he's going to get another chance. And the ball is slapped away by Latham. Fantastic block. Latham back the other way. Was there an offensive foul? There's no whistle at all. Back out to Reardon. To the corner. Rebula for 3. The shadow comes up trumps.
I thought that was a charge myself.
Big basket for Rebula. 53-46. Here's Sam Air. So just going back to that call where we thought there may have been an offensive foul, it's an official warning for a flop, by the way. Here's Harrison.
Flops.
Dench. Oh,
Axel lost it.
Had it and lost it. Got it back. Doing his own work. Great little handoff to Galatly through the paint. And he'll go to the line.
Harrison's getting a little bit more involved these starting few minutes.
Nice pass there by Denchi. Saw the replay. Here's Galatly. Comes up short on the first one. I'd almost be tempted just to leave this young kid in there at the moment.
Yeah.
He's added a bit of spark, hasn't he?
He's tough.
We saw it in the second quarter, and we're seeing it again to start the third.
Yeah.
They're down by 7.
He's got a bit of spunk about him.
Hicks, Reardon, looks, Rocks backwards and forwards. Sam Ayre still with the defensive job on him. Fouls him.
Not much Sammy here could have done about that one.
His first.
Thought he played him quite well.
And first team for the quarter.
Well, it seems the fans were right at half-time. This game is on the verge of opening up, Arnie. They've got to dig in here, the Cougars.
Yeah, they've got to get a stop here.
Now, there's holding both ways there. Now, we had a massive look at Casey Walker and Blake Gallatley, and I'm telling you now, dead set, those two guys were holding each other then. I just don't know how you can drag one and not the other out of that. Warn them, call a double foul, do what you want, but don't penalise one. They both had a fair share of each other. Jordan Latham, wow, down through the guts.
Starting off the second half like he started the first quarter.
Just saw the replay then. That was huge. Ayre to Smith, to Dench, nowhere to go, back cut, Harrison underneath, off to Smith, dribble in the paint, puts it away for two. Was that Reardon that passed it to Latham a moment ago?
Yeah, it was.
Here's Rebueller, through a gap, back to Reardon, no. Rebueller after it, keeps it alive, the shadow. Back out to Reardon. Reardon with 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 3 steals, 13 points. Lost that one. Harrison coming back off to Gallatley for 2.
I don't think Sam Ayre can afford to go under on that on-ball pick for Reardon.
Let's see what they do this time. Here's Latham. Reardon again using the screen. Ayre with him, back out to Hicks. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Misses.
Great rebound, Latham.
Great work. Out. Reardon again.
Ooh.
Misses. They're out by 5. McKinnon hanging tough. They need to stay in the contest here. Ayre, turnaround jumper, misses. Rebound. Reardon wants to go. Needs some teammates ahead of him. He's got Walker out on the wing. Pull up jumper. Early look. Early make. Drains it. Timeout, McKinnon. 58-51. 7-point margin.
Yeah, Corio in the flow now.
Both teams huddle in. We're going to have a listen to Mark Leader. They're out by 7, the Stingrays.
Sub here, Dench is out.
You two are at the top, you at the back, all right? Offensively, again, we're just getting a little bit stagnant. That's a shot I'd rather you take right away, though, when you're stepping into it. Just like yours, it's just momentum into the shot. Keep your moving. The one thing is, we got to make them defend us. Make them chase us, and we will get easy shots, all right? Just keep that tempo, and that's what I want to create. Defensively here, we're in 2. Can you just meet them up the court to show like we're in 1? Good job on the top. Good job on the board. Suck everything in. Let's go.
So he's talking there about be careful of taking the early shot, but I don't want to restrict you from taking the early shot if you're working into the basket rather than away from the basket. So there's an air of confidence down there with the Stingrays at the moment, isn't there?
Yeah, and defensively his call was we're in 2, which is a 2-3 zone.
Yep.
But show them a 1, which just meet them up the court, get them into a false sense of security, thinking that Corio going into a man-to-man.
Now we'll just update our score here on screen. It's a 7-point margin, 58-51. Interestingly, McKinnon 4 team fouls, and we've still got 6 minutes to go in this third quarter.
Danger period.
It is right now for McKinnon. They have to dig deep to stay in this grand final series, to stay in the season.
Another deflection.
Still McKinnon ball.
And I tell you what, I'm looking out there. I don't know if I can see Cale Harrison on the court. Cale Harrison's on the bench.
He's sitting right now.
So this is an interesting move to take Cale Harrison out. He's 2 of 10. Oh, Ayre, nice 3. That helps. He's 2 of 10 tonight, Cale Harrison. Just 5 points in the game and sitting at the moment. Here's Jewell to Walker underneath. Oh, big fella, Latham, nice.
Great finish.
He's hurting them.
Yeah.
Latham has 13 in the game. Here's Ayre back the other way. Nice pull-up. So Sam Ayre finding a way to score again.
He's keeping him in it.
He's up to 17 in the game now, Sam Ayre.
Pocket rocket.
12 in the first half, 5 in quick succession here. Jewel out to Reardon. Misses. Latham up with it again, works his way off the glass, is fouled.
Like I said earlier, at the start of the game, Latham started like a crackerjack, and he's just gone back to this now in the third quarter.
4-point game. Watine coming in. It's going to be Casey Walker taking a rest.
I don't think, it doesn't matter how quiet Harrison is, they can't afford to have him sitting down.
No, you've got to get him back out on the court.
Yeah, for sure.
They've just got to get him into the game somehow. There's Latham, been wonderful tonight. 13 and 8, 14 and 8. Couple of blocks.
We've said it all night. Get Harrison into a post position.
Well, either high or low.
Yeah,
I'd rather him
either.
high where he can turn and at least have a little bit of a look at the basket from range. Fake, up fake, put the ball on the floor, whatever it might be. Sam Eyre quickly back up the floor here on the return. 6-point margin. Mueller. Galatly to Eyre. Very interesting mix here at the moment, and he's got it. Gee, he's up and going, Sam Eyre. Up and going. 20 in the game. He is holding the fort for the Cougars. The young point guard. Here's Watine. Slapped away by Alex Smith. He says, get that stuff out of here.
Both teams haven't got a problem leaving the opposition shooters open, have they?
No, not at all.
It's incredible.
Speaking of open shooters, speaking of leaving shooters open, Arnold Gifting, you could not have been more timely, my friend. 6-point margin.
Amazing.
Reardon with another big basket. Back the other way, Latham slaps it out of court.
He's doing it all right now, Latham, both ends of the floor.
Reardon 16 in the game, by the way.
I think Latham can smell an MVP. Take it off Reardon.
Walker back in the game for the Stingers. Galatly comes in. Ball with Smith. Back to the hoop. Back out wide. Don't tell me Sam Eyre. No, long. Rebound Reardon. They won't leave him open this time. Jewel.
Don't count on that.
Walker. Up high, Watine. Watine inside, too easy. Latham. Ripper of a pass from Jared Watine. Harrison about to come back into the game. He got a couple of minutes rest there.
Very good distributed, Watine.
Back the other way, off the glass. Good, misses though. Jewel up with it, 8-point margin. They don't want this going to double figures here.
Slow down.
Heads back out, Watine, ball on the floor, puts it up. Oh, nice. Knocked away by Mueller.
No foul.
Back the other way. Eyre.
Oh, in and out.
No.
Latham, rebound.
Settling it down now,
Last for a
Watine.
sub now, Latham.
8-point margin. Dench and Harrison to come back in on the next whistle.
Hicks for Corio about to come in.
Here's Walker. Sends it up high to Watine. Out Reardon. He doesn't have to think twice. And why should he? Why should the champion think twice? He says, give me the ball. I'll put it away. You can see Matt Brooks in that replay in the foreground, just rolling his eyes and turning back. Couldn't believe it. Jason Reardon, the star of the competition, putting on a show tonight.
Mueller.
Nice long two for Mueller.
You can't give a token hand in defence.
9-point game. Reardon with 19 now. 19. Walker, Jewel. Posting up Reardon. Takes it on air. Doubled. Back out. Watine. Yes!
There was your yo-yo effect inside out.
Wow. If Reardon's not going to hit from outside, he's going to take you down low and he's going to pump it back out. 73-61, biggest margin of the game. The Stingers out by 12. 2:13 left to go in the third. String of substitutions, both teams. Has the damage been done, Arnie?
Yeah, a couple more, another 4 points and it will be.
19.7 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals. My name is Jason Reardon. Here's Hicks. Here's Reardon. Oh, in and out. Air back the other way. 12-point margin. Still a 12-point margin. Reardon knocks it out, but straight to Dench. Big Denchy in. No. Gets it back. Goes back up. Off the glass. No call. Hixie.
Got no help in
Routine
there.
travelled first. What a game. Stingers 12 up. They win tonight. They win the championship.
Axel's not getting any help inside.
Galatli to come back. They need this kid on the floor. He's been terrific tonight. Comes in for Mueller. Mueller of the Adrian design. They need Harrison in the game. We keep talking about it. 2 of 10 tonight, just 5 points in this game. It could be the last time we see him in the Big V. Can he perform some heroics? He's underneath. He's got it, and he puts it in. That's where they need him. They need him in the paint right now, Arnie.
Yeah, and he was on the move side to side.
Get him in that, inside that zone, not outside it, inside it. Let's hope that sparks the champ up. Here's Jewel, long way out, misses Galatli to Air. Air the rocket, he wants to go. Ball on the floor, he's fouled.
10-point game.
Only the third team foul of the quarter for Corio. We said earlier McKinnon had 4. That was incorrect. They only had 3. Rebueller to come back.
Yeah,
Just over a minute to go.
Routine's done a good job.
Done a very good job. Just over a minute to go in this third. It's a 10-point margin. Mueller, corner, Neal. Dribbles into trouble. Dribbles out of trouble. Sends it to the corner to Harrison. Was he fouled? No, he's lost the handle. And away they come, Corio Bay. Hicks on the dribble. Into a leg. It goes out to Jewel. Fortune favours the Brave. Dion Jewel had it basically kicked to him. He was in the right place at the right time. And what a game Dion Jewel's had tonight. What was that? Travel.
Yeah.
13-point margin, 76-63. Dion Jewel has come off the bench tonight for 13 points, 3 triples.
Yeah, done a hell of a job.
What a ball of energy he's been. Inside the last 30 seconds, and it's a 13-point margin. 27-18 quarter. Reardon, low post. Was he slacked? He was. Hand underneath by Sam Eyre. Sam Eyre, just speaking of the kid, 20 points in the game now. Harrison still.
He's been great for them tonight, Sam.
With single digits. He's got 7, Harrison. Here's Reardon. Reardon, time to use.
Waited,
Inside.
patience.
Great pass.
That's experience.
Hixie off the glass.
He didn't rush that, Reardon.
8 assists tonight. 8 assists.
Yeah, great
Count
game.
them. Out wide. Clock down to 3. Down to 2.
Yeah.
They've lost it. Well, the crowd's letting McKinnon know all about it right now. They're down by 15. We said it was a danger period, and it's proven to be that way.
Corio stuck with their 7-man rotation as well.
Can they score with .8? Reardon's going to give it a crack, and you'd expect him to. He hits the glass. The quarter belongs to the Corio Bay Stingrays and Arnold Gifting. The Stingers are 10 minutes from glory.
Yeah, look, they are 10 minutes from glory as long as they don't take the foot off now. If they get the slightest bit complacent, this McKinnon team's shown a tendency to come back hard. So they're a very proud club. They're going to dig in deep for this last quarter. I'm pretty sure right now, I'll take a punt and say that Harrison will step up this next quarter for sure. He's starting to get a bit of movement out there, side to side, and they're finding him. He'll start making some shots in this last quarter. They've got no other hope. He has to, otherwise it's all over now. You might as well give him the trophy.
Well, he's only got 7 in the game, and it is his last game here. We know that, so they've just got to get him going. Let's have a look at some leaders in this game. Jason Reardon with 19 points. Jordan Latham with 10 rebounds in the game. Reardon with 8 assists. Latham with 3 blocks. Reardon with 3 steals. So, no doubt Jason Reardon's having a big night. Sam Eyre has been terrific for McKinnon.
20 points.
He's got 20 in the game. Alex Smith with 13 rebounds. Cale Harrison's got 5 dimes, but they need him getting points. He's only got 7. He averages 24 a game this season, league leading. Let's hear what Matt Brooks has to say.
All right, now, you have to roll the dice. You have to take the game on. We've been waltzing through our offense the last 5 minutes. Every time out I've said, speed the game up. Run. When you haven't finished running, run some more. Hard cuts, not waltzes. Belt someone on a screen. Come off hard. Drive to score. Right, you have to speed the game on.
It's a fair point that he makes because every time they have, and we said it in the first half, Sam Eyre and Max Cody, every time they put the foot down and they really run the floor,
Other guys aren't
they got
keeping
something out of it,
Yeah,
didn't they?
yeah.
So it's a really good point that Matt Brooks made. When they're slow up the floor, they're just stuck behind that zone and they're getting nothing out of it.
Yeah.
Well, as he said, last roll of the dice, they've just got to run and run and run. They're down by 15.
Yeah.
And if they don't do something magical here, their season is done and they will finish runners-up. On the flip side, Corio Bay, less than 10 minutes away from a championship. Galatly misses. Smith, another O-Reb. Yes, no, loose ball, Rebula to Reardon. He's got 2 with him. Walker, Latham. Well, haven't those 3 had big games tonight? Reardon, Walker,
Settling for the
Latham.
3.
Dench answers back the other way. 14-point margin. Here's Walker. Rebula. Reardon. Take a shot, Jace. Or an assist. Rebula. No foul. Back out. Walker from Latham. Bang! That's it for me.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Going to be very, very hard from here.
Too many guns from outside, Corio.
It's out to 17. Off
Galatly.
the glass, Galatly. Gee, he has been, we've said it a few times, but
It's done well.
Still trailed by 15.
he's been a star tonight.
Yeah.
Big future. Huge future.
He's a walk-up start for next season.
Here's Latham. Rebula. Reardon fouled by Galatly. Few words. Wouldn't worry about that one too much.
Oh, yeah. Reardon
Chase is an old campaigner. He's
Yeah.
just laughing that one off.
just taking the P out of him.
83-68.
First for the quarter for the Cougars.
Just trying to refresh our live stats at the moment. We'll get some updated stats shortly. Here's Reardon. Oh, nice pass. Latham, ball on the floor, knocked out.
He's knocked it out of hands.
And
think,
in fact, it's come off Latham, so it's a McKinnon ball.
Corio have got plenty of holes in their 2-3 zone, but McKinnon just can't exploit those holes.
Here's Eyre, foul.
No score.
83-68, points won't count. Well, we've said it all night,
His second
and
first team.
let's just say it's a lot easier for us sitting here. But
Yeah,
they've just
no doubt.
needed, and you can see now, right in the background, Harrison in the corner.
Yeah.
They just haven't been able to get him out of that corner. Reardon, don't tell me. Hello.
Yeah, that's game.
Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, number 8 is in the house, and he is having one heck of a game. MVP. The chant will start soon, I reckon. Here's Galatly, forces his way to the basket for another 2. Back the other way. Galatly somehow got in the way. Alex Smith with a big block. And McKinnon through Eyre. Up the floor. Harrison back to Eyre. Eyre off the glass. Misses. Rebound. Hicksey.
Corio got to slow it up now.
Yep. They've got all the time in the world. They're up by 16. Don't forget, though, Ringwood led by 16 with 6 minutes to go
That's
a couple
right.
of weeks ago and lost to McKinnon. Reardon, 3, misses. Dench. Can McKinnon do tonight what they did to Ringwood a fortnight ago? The unthinkable. Eyre, this would help. Misses.
Both teams lining up the 3-point
Reardon
shots.
back the other way, 86-70. Slows it down.
Just get through a nice set now.
22.7 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals. For Reardon, Walker misses.
What's the hurry?
Air has Harrison to his left. Elects to go back out to Dench. Fakes one way.
Good
Gets
block.
it blocked back by Hicks. Smith wins it back. Air has a look. Floats it up and misses. They need those shots to drop. You just think it's beyond them from here. 16-point margin. Reardon slowing it down again. Top scorer in the game. Down to Hicks. Hicks underneath, well covered by Smith. Nice pass into Rebula. And the shadow puts it away. Look at the elation on Marlo Hicks's face. Time out for McKinnon. They're down by 18. And whilst the two teams come to their benches, that's going to give us a chance to have a look at some stats. Reardon, 22.7 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals, 6 triples. Superstar Dion Jewell off the bench has 13. Walker has 12. Latham has 19 and 11. Marlo Hicks has 10 and 7. For McKinnon, Alex Smith, 13 points, 14 rebounds. Sam Eyre has 20 points. Galatly now up to 14. Cale Harrison stuck on 7. Here's Mark Leader.
I'm talking back to defense as well. We need to get you guys moving quick, all right? Hey, it's right there in front of you. There's no mental lapse now. We just keep working around.
That's all we got.
Doing a great job, all right?
Defense!
All right, now, as you make this, guys, just show a little bit of a 31. Just slack back into 2. Back into 2. All right?
Watch Sam and Harrison.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, right.
Well, they're not coming out of that zone anytime soon, are they? And why should they? They've been excellent in that tonight. They gave up 29 in the first quarter, but since then, they've given up 41 against that zone, yet they have added 59 for themselves.
Yeah, for sure. In that first quarter, McKinnon were finding the gaps, the holes in the zone that Corio had, but they didn't make that move and put Harrison in, and they haven't all night. Big mistake. Big mistake.
Rebula for the bonus here. This would take it to 19. And as good as they were against Ringwood a fortnight ago when coming from behind late in the game, you just cannot see them doing it twice. Not the way Corio Bay's playing right now.
It's set up, 6 minutes to go.
Misses. And you reckon that the Stingrays will slow this game down from here too?
You'd certainly hope they would.
Mueller. Smith. Short.
Very hesitant on the shot.
Rebula, away they go, wants to pull it out, and in fact ran straight into Sam Eyre, who's fouled going back the other way.
So what I can't understand right now in the situation we're presented with, Corio have got, an 18-point lead, and they're still trying to rush it up the floor.
Yeah, they don't need to do that.
Can we use the clock?
18-point margin. Reardon with 22 in the game. Latham with 19. Sam Eyre has 20 for McKinnon. Speak of the devil, here he is. Had a blistering first quarter and a terrific third quarter. Dench, long 2 misses. Walker, Reardon.
It's the most experienced player on the floor right now.
Slowing it down. It's all they need to do. We're inside the last 6 minutes. Reardon. Inside, great ball.
Easy offense.
That's 9 assists now for Reardon. Rebula finishes it.
Sloppy D.
It's out to 20. Knocked away. Back they come. Rebula. Got a feeling Corio Bay is going to enjoy this last 5 minutes. I think they're going to really enjoy it. Reardon. Corner. Don't tell me. Don't know. Misses. Hicks looking at a long-range bomb. If he starts putting those away, you know they're having a night out. Well done, Smith. Another offensive rebound. Misses the putback, though. Everything counts from here for McKinnon. They've just got to dig. They've got to find something to spark them. They've got to get up. They can't allow Corio Bay to use 23 seconds every time they come down the floor. Here's Walker. Looks, misses. Eyre. Still trying to go. The young guard. He's had a wonderful season. Swings it out. Mueller. Ball on the floor. Forces his way in the paint.
Good defense by Latham.
Great defense. Eyre now still looking. Flicks it up to Harrison. Misses him. Falls to Dench. Knocks out of his hands. Walker back the other way. Casey Walker was fouled.
Tried that Euro step.
Fast break. And a foul called on. Yeah,
It's going to be 2.
third personal.
Axel Dench, and I reckon that's the last we'll see of Axel Dench
So,
and the last we'll see of Neil Mueller for the season. Hope Axel goes around next season again. He's had a really big year
yeah, solid
returning after retirement. Timeout, 4:14 left in the game. Corio Bay by 20. And unlike this time last year, Arnie,
season. Yeah, how things change.
I think it's going to be a big night for Corio Bay. Let's
Yeah.
hear what Mark Leader has to say.
All right, just get a rest. Get us ready for these last couple of minutes. All right? 4 minutes.
They can't run with the team now, boys. Get a
Just talk
chance.
about who's going to hurt us.
Harrison.
Harrison.
Who's going to hurt us? Yeah, Harrison.
Just talk him up. He gets the ball, go trap. I don't give a shit. When we get the ball, we can squeeze it now. We can take the time off. We can just run the clock off every time. All right, so let's just try to get 24. They're going to be
So by
wanting
the
to
sounds
foul.
of it there, they're obviously talking about slowing the game down, and,
Yeah.
and so they should. They're well and truly got this one on ice. But the other thing they're talking about there is give Harrison nothing.
Yeah.
If they go to Harrison, if they come out of this timeout trying to give it to their star offensive weapon, go and double him. Double him, leave your player, go and double him. Don't give
him
him
nothing.
anything.
Yeah.
And he's only got 7 points in the game. He's
Yeah.
gone 3 of 11. It's one of his lowest scoring games of the season.
Yeah, and it's not like Corio played a great defensive game on Kyle. He just sat in that corner
He's
all
sat in the
night.
corner. Yep. Yep.
You know,
He literally has been stuck in the corner, hasn't he? Walker hits the first. This will take it to 22. Or it'll stay at 21. Reardon, I tell you what, he's won it back for Corio Bay there. Gee.
no offence, but I can't have my import sitting in the corner all night.
Well, it hasn't fallen his way. Having said that, Corio Bay's been very good, haven't they?
They've been fantastic, mate. They've been
Hicks
fantastic.
trying to do a number on Smith, out to Reardon. Has Jewel.
Yeah.
Jewel
Bomber.
has been good.
Bomber.
Has been better than good. He's been bloody great, Dion Jewel. 16 off the bench. He has had a night out. I tell you what, the number 11 singlet will be getting a bit of champagne sprinkled all over it tonight, I reckon. He has been a ripper.
Corio have used 2 guys off the bench, Jewel and Watine.
And
Jewel's
they've had
hit
19,
16.
and they've had 19 between them, and he almost made it 19 on his own, Arnie.
Yeah, great effort.
Sam Eyre back the other way.
He can hold his head
yeah, I
up.
was going to say exactly the same thing. Here's Harrison. They do double him. Eyre stuck in the corner, hands it off to Harrison, going nowhere. Sends it out wide. Galatly fouled. Score won't count, 24-point margin. You can see the clock in the background there, 3:16 left until Corio Bay celebrate.
Yes.
And they're going to start rotating that bench. Chris Eichler comes onto the floor. He'll get 3 minutes in the big one. Jordan Latham sitting down, Chris Walker sitting down. Smith underneath, binds Harrison. Fouled, he'll get a couple.
Oh, it's not all doom and gloom. I mean, this is the situation right now. Well, it's 24 points, but McKinnon have got a lot to look forward to in the future. You know, kids like Sam Hare, Max Cody, Galatly, they've found a few players.
Been terrific.
Don't worry about that.
Yep, and we have seen some great signs from all 3 of those players tonight. I reckon that's a really good point, Arnie. There's a lot to like about McKinnon going forward.
Second season in champs too. Get to a grand final series.
Harrison up to 9 points in the game. It hasn't been his night. Watine comes in for Rebula. Rebula's been terrific tonight as
He's
well.
been solid as.
11 points, 5 rebounds, including 3 O-rebs, 1 steal, 5 of 8, 62%, efficient as always, 1 triple. Dion Jewell, long, Smith, cuts it off, keeps it in play. Air has Galatly underneath
Strong
off
to
the
rack.
glass.
Yeah.
He's a ripper.
I'd take that kid anytime.
Yep, he is a ripper. He's got 16 in the game tonight. Let's not forget, it's a grand final as well.
Yeah.
So it's not 16 just in any game.
Just a young bloke up from youth league, stepped right into it.
Jewel Hicks! Oh, Marlowe!
Big.
Marlowe Hicks! Bang!
Great dunk.
Oh, Marlowe. We stand up and applaud you, my friend. What a set piece that was. What a ripper. Galatli for 3 makes it. Wow.
Can we have a timeout so we can replay that dunk?
Mate, replayed 1,000 times. It's showtime in the last few minutes here. What a great play. His eyes lit up, Marlo, didn't they?
Yeah.
He knew
Like
it
a
was
Christmas
coming.
tree.
He knew it was coming. Here's Watine. Out to Eichler. Travel. Cody coming on. Mueller coming on. Chambers coming on. Smith out. Galatli out. Jewell out. What a game, Dion Jewell. What a game off the bench, Dion Jewell. 16
great
points,
game.
4 triples.
Great game.
60%, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, 1 steal. So, some bench guys getting some minutes here. Here's Chambers for 3. High ball, misses. May get it back.
Passes straight to Reardon.
Under 2 minutes.
Inside the last 2. Reardon with 22 points, 10 assists, 8 rebounds, 4 steals tonight. The MVP chants are starting from the crowd. You can't blame him. For me, he's been the grand final MVP last week and this week. Out to Watine for 3. It's going to come up short. Rebound Cody. 1.5 minutes to go. Foul.
There's a foul.
Now, listen to the applause here. Listen to the applause here. Jason Reardon. What an absolute bloody superstar this guy is.
Yep.
For me, he's been the best all-round player in the competition this season. He's going to celebrate with a championship. He should be MVP of the grand final series.
You know him quite well, Justin. Is he going to play on next season?
Oh, I hope he does.
Retire.
There's no reason why he should stop.
No, it's too good.
He's at the top of his game right now, aren't he? The absolute top.
Yeah, they got a good one, Corio.
He's a ripper. Cody for a couple. We'll get him over here to have a chat with us after the game. Party time inside the last 90 seconds. It's a 17-point margin. Corio Bay bench and the McKinnon bench, for that matter, all getting a run to finish this one. I don't want to take anything away from what McKinnon have done this season, but Corio Bay, worthy champs.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt. I think I said it coming into this game at the start, Arnie. Let's not forget that through the regular season, McKinnon went 14-10. Corio Bay went 20-4.
Yeah, that's a pretty good effort. It tells you where you're at. And, you know, McKinnon did the hard yards last season and got all the way there. Beat Ringwood at Ringwood in the first game of the finals.
Gav Bell coming on for a run for McKinnon. Good to see. I think he'll retire after tonight.
Yeah, no doubt.
So good to see him coming on for a run to finish it off. He's been a great player for years. Here's Eichler, turnaround jumper! Chrissy Eichler! Wow. 98-79. A minute to go. Party time. Let's see what Cody can do.
Good shot.
Again, future bright for McKinnon. We've spoken about that. Can they bring up the triple figures? Here's Watine. Chambers with him. Watine still going. Gets it down into the corner. Off the glass. It's a miss for Mitchell Stoop. There he goes on the replay. Nice little reverse. Stoopy will go to the line for a couple. I reckon Stoopy's going to be celebrating shortly. They're all up and about the Stingrays.
Is that a tear in Mark Leader's eyes?
Well, it's hugs all round. First one misses. 39 seconds to go. Glory awaits Corio Bay. They get it back through Callum Walsh. Watine now. Walsh. Eichler, 3, misses. And this might be the last play of the game. The last play of the season in state champ men. Gav Bell, long 3, misses. Chambers underneath, can't put it away. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Clock under 10. Corio Bay, the champions of 2015. They have been awesome down at the Chook Shed. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the 2015 Big V State Championship Men's Champions. The Corio Bay Stingrays have taken the title. The celebrations start. What an amazing effort tonight. 98 plays 82. Smiles all round for the Stingrays. They are the champions of 2015. What a great performance, Arnold Gifting.
Great performance by Corio Bay. Well-deserved victory this year after last year's disappointment. Yeah, and they're a quality team, quality club.
Let's have a look at the leaders tonight. Reardon, 22 points, 10 assists, 8 rebounds, 4 steals, 6 triples. Ladies and gentlemen, that's your MVP right there.
MVP, yep.
Jordan Latham, 19 points, had a terrific start, 12 rebounds, 3 blocks.
Good night's work.
Dion Jewell off the bench, 16 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 4 triples. He was unbelievable.
Yeah, played a great role for the team.
Casey Walker, 13 points. Marlo Hicks, 12 points, 9 rebounds. Michael Rebueller, 11 points. It's significant to note that Corio Bay had 6 players in double digits, including all 5 starters.
Yeah, fantastic effort.
For McKinnon, Sam Eyre, 20 points.
Yep.
12 points in the first quarter, 8 points in the third quarter. 4 assists, 3 rebounds, 4 triples. He was great.
Oh, Sammy led from the front, being their captain. He did a great job.
Blake Gallatley got the start tonight, had 19 points, and I thought he was terrific.
Mate, brilliant. I think we're just going to see bigger and better things from this kid moving forward.
Alex Smith, 13 points, 17 rebounds, including 9 O-rebs. He was great on the glass.
No, he's very good
2
tonight.
steals, 2 blocks. Axel Dench, 10 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists. Cale Harrison's the big story of the night for McKinnon. Held to just 12 shots. He hit 3 of 12. He had 9 points for the game.
Yeah, and that 3 of 12, some of those 12 shots were under pressure as well, with the hand right in his face.
I'm just standing up. I was just going to see if I can get Jason Reardon over here for us. I'll see if I can get him to come over and have a chat with us. He's obviously swamped.
They're all celebrating.
He's obviously swamped by plenty of players and family and friends at the moment, as you would expect. Kisses, hugs. He's been a superstar tonight, no doubt about it.
Plenty of girls around him.
We'll see if we can get Jace over here to have a chat with us. You can see it's a sea of McKinnon, blue and white, over in the middle at the moment. I think we'll get Jason over for a quick chat with us. He's going to head over.
He's coming now.
What a start tonight. Definitely the MVP, I reckon.
Yeah, give him these. Right?
Yeah. Jace is going to come and have a quick chat with us. The celebrations and the presentations are going to start in just a moment. Live on Falcons TV, Jason Reardon joins us. Jace, congratulations, mate. Celebrations all round. You've done it.
Oh, it's hard to comprehend right now. We were sort of written off by a lot of people early, and look, we had a lot of belief between the group, and after another big loss to Ringwood a few weeks ago, a few home truths, and since then we've been pretty bloody good.
And you know what? It doesn't matter right now tonight. It doesn't matter what happened on this floor 12 months ago. What matters is what you did tonight, right now. And mate, you had a bloody ripper tonight. Well done. Not only you, but your entire team. All 5 starters getting double digits. Dion Jewell off the bench. Unbelievable.
He's got a lucky job, that guy. He goes out there and sits on the 3-point line and just waits for that ball to come out and knocks him down. So I'm glad he came across from Werribee, because we've used him well, and he's been huge for us all season.
Well, 14 triples for the team tonight at 41%. You shot from the field at 48. Mate, you had 22 points, 10 assists, 8 rebounds, 4 steals, 6 triples. That's why you, my friend, are the SAK, the Swiss Army knife. Well done.
Thanks, mate. But it was a hell of an effort. Hicksy's been massive again the last couple of weeks. And Jordan Latham, he just turns up every single week.
I'll tell you now, started this game tonight, Jordan Latham made a statement. He started like a house on fire, didn't he?
he's very sneaky. He's very athletic. He's very long, and if you don't pay enough attention to him, he'll get under your guard. And he did it again. I think he had 3 dunks in the first two and a half minutes.
Yep.
So.
And not that it matters right now, but a little bit of love for McKinnon. Well done on making the grand final. Terrific job to keep Cale Harrison to 9. He was really stuck in that corner tonight against the zone. They couldn't get him out of that corner. Young Sam Eyre, 20 points tonight, the little point guard. He's a ripper.
Look, the Cale Harrison's a stud. He is definitely one of, if he's not the best player, he's definitely the best scorer in the league.
Yep.
But Sammy Eyre, he's a little bulldog. He does whatever the team needs, and a lot of the times that goes undetected. And I got a lot of respect for that guy. He plays his heart out. And look, Gallatley's another one. He
started tonight, and I thought he did really well. The future's bright for them, isn't it?
Absolutely. I told him as he walked out, I said, "Come play for us. There's a spot for him down here." So I really like that. Their whole starters, they play well together, and look, their season has been huge. So good on them. Now,
I know you're going to go and celebrate. We're not going to hold you up here anymore, other than to say congratulations. Now, right here for us, for everyone watching right now, look down the camera. Jason Reardon's going to be back playing next season.
Absolutely.
Right, bang, yes. Beauty, well done, mate. Congratulations. Great effort. Jason Reardon joining us on Falcons TV. Go and celebrate, mate. Good on you. Well done. What a great game. And that guy right there, I told you he'd be back next season, Arnie. I can't believe you're saying he might. No. No such thing as a retirement. He's in the form of his career right now.
He's going well, isn't he?
He is on top of the mountain right now. His season has been exceptional, hasn't it?
Oh, exceptional season, exceptional basketball player, exceptional person. Always got time for people. He's what I call, he's not a big head. You know, he knows his own abilities and he puts it out on the floor and leads his team really, really exceptionally well.
I'll tell you the other thing, let's just mention this too. You go back to the start of the season and Scooter Rankin was here.
Yep.
He was ready to go for a second season with Corio Bay. Had a wonderful first season.
Yep.
Ended up going home for personal reasons. Didn't play.
Right.
Right there and then, on the eve of the season, you think, well, is this going to upset Corio Bay? Is this going to put them on the back foot? They've had a 20-4 season. They've got through the finals, and they've come out. Other than that first loss to Ringwood where they got blown off the court, they've come out. They've got the job done.
Yeah, well, they've got a pretty good replacement for Shooter Rankin with Walker, Casey Walker.
Yep.
He's just fitted in seamlessly. It looks that way anyway, and very dangerous player. Quality guy like Latham did it all tonight. Marlo Hicks. Gee, they've got an excellent starting 5.
So we'll keep the cameras rolling here as we get the presentations underway shortly. Arnie, thanks for joining us again.
Pleasure,
terrific. Couple of years now you've been with us doing this on Grand Final weekend. What we saw tonight, unlike last year, is we saw Corio Bay getting the job done on their home floor, 98-82 over McKinnon. McKinnon, wonderful season, congratulations.
Fantastic season.
But it's all about the Stingrays tonight, and they go home champions.
Yeah, congrats Corio Bay, well-deserved victory. Hopefully I'll be sitting here with you next season.
Hope you enjoyed it, everyone watching in on Falcons TV. It has been the Corio Bay Stingrays winning this one, 98-82. They are the champions of 2015 for state championship men. As I said, we'll keep the cameras rolling so you're able to pick up the celebrations and the presentations. But from us, sit back and enjoy what has been a championship winning night for the Corio Bay Stingrays. Congratulations.
Good night.
Who do you want in it?
So the opposite end of the bar, and if the players can make their way back to the benches,
All right, I will.
we can start our presentations. Just while everyone does, we'd like to say a big thank you to our sponsors and supporters here at the Corio Bay Stingray Stadium. We'll quickly run through them.
Andrew, what's that number?
04.
So we want to
It's
say
Seabrook, isn't it?
Electrics.
Double OK?
Yep. 09 412 272.
No worries, mate.
All right.
I'll be in touch. Thanks,
Thank you also to the Wellness Studio in Geelong, Boost Juice Bars, Prestige Jayco, Mad Mex, Lara Dental and Parker's Steakhouse.
I'm not sure yet.